What's going on, guys? Plummer Games here with more Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Last episode when we left off, we made our way through a really cool level with some awesome sequences where we're facing off against some Native Americans, so it's a bit different from some of the other enemies we've been facing off against in previous missions. So I highly recommend going back and watching last episode if you haven't seen it, because in that level there was a bunch of really cool sequences, and the gameplay was a little bit different than we've seen previously. But this episode we're just going to be carrying on, making our way through the story and seeing what it has in store for us.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Quite interesting here how we're going through events that one of the other patrons of the bar was for, so I wonder if they'll make more use of the storytelling mechanic here and it'll affect the level.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the pastor took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeeville, so everybody knew them. The bank teller tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30. Well, that gave the locals enough time to prepare an ambush for those sons of bitches.
Hey, you got us a hero. Put some holes in him! God damn you!
Brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boy. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. You just gotta wait for something.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
No idea what everyone's shooting at.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
Round for some
From
nuggets of truth.
above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Doesn't look like there's anything at the moment. We have got that nugget of truth in the bank to get though.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
See if we can make our way towards Skilligan. So we should be able to throw dynamite back at people. Not the most useful skill because enemies don't tend to throw dynamite too much. It's still good to have.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! We've got company! Over there! That's Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name? Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon. I was late to the party and Coffeyville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies. I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
There he is!
And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob two banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
You can't get me! You got us a eagle? Put some holes in them!
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. They were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
So yeah, we did get all the nuggets of truth there.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work. It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
God damn! You messed with the wrong damn Dalton.
Looks like we found a nice cheese here.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Yeah, very fun mission there. And I like the way it made use of the storytelling mechanic, how we saw the events playing out from different people's perspective. Really, really awesome, and looking forward to more things like that in the future. But look at how long this episode has been. I think here's a pretty good place to wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it and been enjoying the series so far. If you have been enjoying the series, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. But thanks again for watching. I always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.